Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isupk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're
Yeah. She got a couple of chicken salads. All right, boy, we live. Pack it up. Shalom, shalom. We are the ISUPK, still at 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Command Jan Honda. Some blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians that we are the real Jews.
Right.
Okay. Got my man, the face of Baltimore, here with me, of course, Officer Gabar Rakar. And his lovely rib, Princess Takaya, also in the photo. Coming through. Hold on, I'm trying to manage this here. One sec. I see the chat. What's going on here? Can't really see the chat. Okay, let's see on this end here. Give me 1 sec. Bear with me, please. Also, give me a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. I see. Okay, brother Andrew Dean in the class. Shalom, shalom, brother. What's going on? Sharabah class also. The Sharabah, shalom, sis. Yeah, Janine, good to see you, sis. Shalom. Yeah, shalom, Shah. I mean, all Tawada for joining us. Right, we're gonna get right into the class tonight, man. Tonight I want to break something down that's been popular on the news, Gabar. Please let me know. Okay, I've seen the ones come across. Gabar, speaking to the mic to see. Let me know if you can hear Officer Gabar.
Testing.
Okay, testing. Testing. How do you hear him clearly? Just see. Gabar, I think you might have to move yours up. The blue. Push it up.
It's all the way up.
It's all the way up. The blue.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, that was me, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And you hear it clear? All right. Most High Christ. All right. We'll get right into it. I want to go over this, Gabar. This is big on social media, right? Let me see if I could show this real quick. I don't know how it's gonna show up on the screen. I'm gonna have to come down off the screen so you could see. This is pretty big on social media right now. One second. Yeah. Okay. Y'all can see it. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this video real quick. This is a video that's been going around on social media of a young boy, right? And he's basically he's out of control. He's out of control. He's throwing rocks at his mom's car. Right. So the mom basically gave him away to the foster care system, which happens a lot to a lot of young black kids. I mean, so that was him throwing rocks at his mother's car, right? And then there's another video on social media. Hold on, let me get this one here. Hold on. 1 sec. I'm horrible at managing this. Stop this. You got it? Oh, Slack about that. Wow. Right. So now, on the flip side, there is another video of this is him here. I don't know if you've seen this one, Gabar.
PC.
Right. This is him here. Right.
Sorry.
So basically, he ran into probably somebody who was at the foster home, probably a bigger kid who's not gonna have the compassion his mom has on him. You know what I mean? And now he's begging his mom to come and get him, and his mom is feeling sorry and trying to come and get him now, right? Go ahead, Gabar.
Do you think they came from that incident?
Second?
You think it came from him throwing rocks at his mother's car?
Yes, because that was the last story. The video of him throwing rocks at his mother's car was his mother showing to the world why she's gonna have to do what she had to do. And this boy's out of control. I can't control no more. I'm gonna have to give him up, basically. Right. So that's the story. All right. That's enough of that. Now
somebody should like it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, somebody did that to him because of that, right? Think
one more time.
Somebody did that to him because of that.
Probably not. Probably just him being who he is and thinking he could get away with it.
Right.
Nobody checks him. Go ahead, sis. Actually, sis, come closer. I want the audience to hear you. But let's speak into that microphone also, please.
She can sit right here, bro. She can sit right here.
Yeah, she can sit right there to speak so they could hear her. You go ahead. No, she good. She good. Go ahead.
I also read the whole story, and he was beating his mom and his sisters.
Yeah.
He had 2 little sisters, and he was beating them before this incident.
Right.
So
So that was his mom. When his mom posted that video, that was her trying, first of all, crying out for help, but at the same time showing or justifying why she's gonna have to put this boy out. You know what I mean? And that happens often. That happens real often, sis, because in the black community, there's something missing, and you already know where I'm going with this. Go ahead, sis. That's it. You understand? When you listen to all these TikTok videos, it's a lot. It's really goodbye. It's a lot of mixed reaction to it. One reaction to it is, "Oh, you're getting what you deserve now," right? It's mostly women talking, but they're like, "Oh, you're getting what you deserve now," right? Other reactions are they feel bad for him because he got beat up. But the truth of the matter is, the mother, like a lot of people are upset with the mother. Others are justifying what she did. The mother also it's not fair. She should not be in that situation raising that boy by herself. Let me tell you something, man. Every boy gets to an age where he's going to size up the household. I mean, you're going to look. Because I'll never forget, when we was in the world, me and my brother, we was in the world. And we was young, right? And me and him were talking. You know, my brother, he's wild. And we're talking one time, and he said something weird to me. I'll never forget it because I didn't understand it. We was in high school at the time. He said to me, "You're probably the only one who could beat me in this house." And I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, in fighting, you're probably the only one who could beat me if we was to fight in this house." And I looked at him like basically he's sizing up my father. You know what I mean? And I'm saying to myself, what would make you say that? You know what I mean? But the truth of the matter, sis, is you talk about the ball. The truth of the matter is, most young men, part of growing up is growing into your might. You have a young boy who's your little boy, who's your baby, you spoil him. One day you're gonna look up and he's gonna be taller than you. He's gonna weigh more than you. Your spankings don't mean nothing to him now. Your yelling, he laughs at that now. You cannot control him. And then any anger issues he has, he is going to take it out on whoever's around him, including you and his sisters and everybody who's smaller than him in that household. He's going to take his anger issues out on them. And that's what happened to that young brother. You understand me? But now what happens is, now everybody's laughing at him, or a lot of people are laughing at him, because at some point he goes and he meets a bully. Because by the way, I'm going to tell you another thing about those kids who are bullies in the house, they're soft as hell. You understand? They'll only fight who they're familiar with. I'll never forget, sidebar, I know I go into a lot of stories. I remember I used to roll with two brothers. We were in junior high school. Two blood brothers used to be close friends of mine. And they used to fist fight all the time, viciously with each other. Like if they started fighting, it was like I had to try to break it up, and they'd just be trying to knock each other out. One of them, one time, he was in my class. Somebody was trying to fight him or something. As vicious as I see him fight his brother, I said, "Oh, yeah, you done it now. He about to try to knock you out." You know he coward. He didn't want to fight the other boy, even though the other boy was smaller than his brother. But he was willing to fight his brother because of the familiarity. I mean, he's more comfortable. And that happened to this brother here, where in the household, he's a big bad wolf. But in that group home, brother, I've been in group homes. Me and my brother, we've been to group homes. It's a different place. Every day you fighting. Yes, we was an all boys home. We was young. I mean, and I was what? I was 10, 9 or 10, and my brother was either 7 or 8. We had to go to a group home. And it's like every man for themselves there. So I understand and empathize with his brother. I mean, but everybody is laughing at him, but they don't understand what would fix him. And they don't understand why he should not be in the situation he's in the first place. Another thing, too, is half the time when they're acting up like that, it's because they're looking for discipline. They're looking for that correction. And you're not equipped to give it to them. I mean, you sisters, this is not attacking you sisters. You sisters have a very important role in the household. You have the ability to nurture and care and love and raise that boy up to a point. Up to a point. At the end of that point, you're going to have to step aside and let the father deal with him. I mean, that bass in his voice, in the father's voice, will get that boy right. You understand what I mean? That masculine presence will get him right. Go ahead.
So needed in the household.
Oh man, that's what's needed in the black community, Kabal.
Especially when it's son, got hunger, I can't feel us. I mean, I feel the same way. So all of a sudden, you need a man. They just tell home them over. Just go back and forth, struggle.
Right.
So that's a punishment. Not keeping the laws.
That's exactly what it is. Not only is not keeping the laws, it's also by design. Because let me tell you, this young brother, everybody's like, people don't realize that young brother is lined up for jail in the future. There's a whole economy built off young brothers like that. And there's a lot of him in the black community. He's going straight to jail. He's emotional. Yeah, like you see what he was doing? Everything about it was effeminate. You see what I mean? People like to say, I remember one time I was talking to a sister and she was telling me about at Slade at work. She was telling me about toxic masculinity. So I asked the sister, what's toxic masculinity? She said, always need to be right. Always have to be the loudest in the house. all the things she mentioned, I said, sis, none of what you mentioned was masculine. And she had to think about it. And she's like, you're right. You know what I mean? These are traits that he learned from his mom and his sisters. All he sees is tantrums. You know what I mean? And that's what has most of these young brothers nowadays run the streets and shooting everybody because they can't fight. Nobody ever told them how to fight. But shooting everybody and stabbing everybody, they are suffering from a lack of masculinity. You understand me? And they're all going to jail. And these private prisons are going to make a lot of money off them. Give me the book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 27. Hey, Shalom. The young man, Zolan. Good seeing you out. Hey, Shalom, Captain. Sir. What's going on? You mean? You want the class cap? Okay. Good. Mark chapter 3, verse 27. Call it when you got it, goodbye.
Chapter, sorry.
So I got cap. We're just not on need up here, sir. We're talking about I don't know if you've seen the video of the young man who was throwing rocks at his mother's car.
He was white.
No, it's a brother. It's a young brother. And then his mother sent him to a group home, right? Because like she couldn't control him. He was beating her up in the house. He's probably 13. Ain't no father in the house, right? And she's beating him up. Well, he's beating her up and his little sisters up. So she put him in a group home. And then they showed a video of him in the group home with a busted lip, a big eye, and he's crying. He's crying to his mama. He want to come home. So social media is going in on this young brother like, that's what you get. But we're basically talking about the need of black men in the household. I mean, because that young brother is in the household and he's grown into a man. And all of a sudden now, imagine at 13 years old, you're the biggest person in the house. You're the strongest person in the house. Who's going to tell you no? You know what I mean? And then your mom, all she knows how to do is hug you and kiss you and baby you. And that does not get you under control. That only makes you weaker.
13-year-olds today is almost look like out there now.
Yeah, come.
Brother in the school, his son is 6'1".
Good night.
13 years old.
Good night. 6'1". Right.
6'2".
Right.
He's 14. Anyway.
Right. I mean, and I'm gonna tell you this: we're talking 6'1", 6'2". The average sister's about 5'5". You don't need much to be bigger than her. You know what I mean? You don't need that much to be bigger than her and stronger than her. You know what I mean? So go ahead and give me what you got, Kabal.
Mark 3:27. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods.
So this boy, let me tell you something about this boy. What these sisters who are laughing at him and saying he got what he deserved. What they don't understand about that young brother, he is spoiled goods for the prison system. Well, let me tell you, you know the prison system, Gabar. When they're building a prison in a city, they do estimates. 10, 20, 30, 40 years into the future, how many prisons could we get? Is this investment worth it? And guess whose babies they're counting for these 20, 30, 40 years? Look, if you think about it, there's a baby who's not going to be born until 2070 if this kingdom continues. They already got him in the numbers for a bed in there. He's not even born yet. His parents haven't even met yet. His parents are babies right now. And they got a place for him in the jail cell based off statistics. You understand? He is spoiled. That's how demonic this place is. But how could this happen? Read it again. How could he be spoiled?
Mark 3:27. No man can enter into a strong man's house.
Those people who invest in prisons, they can't plan what they're planning now. Right? Go ahead.
And spoil his goods.
And take his children as prisoners and plan 20, 30, 40 years into the future and spoil his goods. Go ahead.
Except he will first bind the strong man.
What's the first thing you have to do?
Bind the strong man.
What does it mean to bind? Bind means to tie, to jam up, to tie him up, to bind the strong man. Go ahead.
And then he will spoil his house.
Only then will he have access to his house. You know what I mean? That's the only way you're ever going to get access to a strong man's house. And let me tell you, when they say no man can spoil his house, when they say spoil his house, meaning rob his house, for any man of honor, robbing his house does not mean his TV. It doesn't mean his stereo. He's talking about his children, his wife, his children, his possession, things that belong to him. Things that, let me tell you something, if he didn't have that wife and that those children, he wouldn't even have a TV. That's what I mean? Because we don't think like, I tell you that for years, right? Me and my brother and Captain Natazat Nashar, we lived in an apartment, right? I was a young man in school for years. We lived in that apartment. We didn't have beds. I'm talking like 3-4 years, Cap. Not that we couldn't afford it, but it wasn't a priority for us. Then another brother moved in with us, and him and his rib moved in with us. Because she was there, we all had to get beds now, because now it's embarrassing. We don't have beds. But before she moved in, who cares? I mean, I had a little blanket on the floor. I used to sleep on it. I mean, Captain's at the Shah. I ain't gonna tell you this, he's gonna be mad. You know, Captain's at the Shah. He don't need nothing sweet. You see what I mean? But the man's sister moved in. That's when we all went and got beds that we could have got 3, 4, 5 years ago. Because now, okay, there's a sister here. Now we gotta have paintings on the wall. Now we gotta start moving differently now. You understand? So I say you have to say a strong man, his spoils is his wife and his children. And that's what the enemy wants. But before they could go in and take that strong man, the first thing they gotta do is what? Before they go and take his spoils, they gotta bind him. I mean, they gotta tie him up. Now you thinking in this metaphor, tie him up literally means to tie him up, right? But how do you tie black men up today? Go ahead. Jail is one way. What? How else? Drugs. Another way. Go ahead. Yeah, I'll take that. I'm gonna give you another one. I'm not gonna dwell too long on it. Don't get me to dwell too long on it. But monogamy. I'm gonna tell you how monogamy is another one that ties him up. He has his wife. Think about how evil this is. He has his wife, right? And he has his children. They've been together for years. He meets another girl at his job. He's been with his woman 20 years, let's say. He meets another woman at his job. If that woman seduces him and he likes her, what does he have to do? He has to leave his wife. People don't understand how evil that is. He has to leave his wife. He has to leave the children and go be with the new woman. Versus he can have both and raise both households up and be a strong man in both households. That binds him up also. What is that? Religion. Christianity. You know, I'm going to put that at Christianity's feet every time, Jabbar. You know what I mean? I'm going to put that at Christianity's feet every time because Christianity is what builds a system that had failed that young brother. You know what I mean? A lot of times, too, these young brothers, they're acting up because they want their father. They're mad at the mother because the mother, I don't know her business. I'm just speaking in general. The mother has kept him away from his father, and he's upset. That's why he's standing outside throwing stones or rocks at, I don't know if you've seen a cat. He's throwing rocks at her car and breaking the window. She's sitting in the car recording him. And he's in there. He's just throwing rocks at the windshield. That's Khan. Exactly. You understand what I mean? But a lot of people are like, they're happy he got beat up. You know what I mean? But us being men in here, we just see potential in the brother. We just see in the brother who's abused. we see a brother who needs a strong man in the house. That young brother, like that's why a lot of people hate on that brother LeBron James. You know what I mean? Because he brought up his sons. I mean, but I mean that brother's in their lives, and they're not out doing anything evil that we know of, at least. That's what I mean. And that's what you want. You need a strong man in the house. I mean, as always, anybody have any questions in the chat? Please feel free. Also in class, please feel free to ask. I'll do my best to try to answer it. Right. Let's go. Take me to. Let me get my notes. Take me to Malachi, the book of. Hold on. Yeah, the book of Malachi chapter 4. Malachi chapter 4, verse 5 through 6. I'm gonna tell you this, man. When you look at the black neighborhoods, and we upset with the black neighborhoods, and upset with the young men, and upset with the young women, the young men are thugs and YNs or whatever you call them. The young women are I don't know if I can say I'll say whores. 304s. Oh, somebody can tell me what that meant. I never knew what that meant. The young women are 304s. I mean, something's happening there, and it's by design, right? Give me Malachi chapter 4, verse 5 through 6. Well, please.
Malachi 4 and 5. Behold, I will send Elijah, the prophet, before the coming of the Lord, before the coming of the great day, of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. So
this is a prophecy, right? God said that he's going to send Elijah, the prophet, before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord, right? This is yes, and this is a precept for reincarnation, but we're not on that topic today. All right, don't drag me into good boy. Keep going.
Verse 6. He shall turn the hearts of the fathers to the children.
He will what?
The hearts of the fathers to the children.
And he will turn the hearts of the fathers to the children. Go ahead.
And the hearts of the children to their fathers.
So this is one of the first things the Lord wants established. You understand that? That should tell you what's missing. Right? If the Lord said, imagine somebody comes to your let's say your house is in ruins and you hire a contractor. The contractor comes to fix it. And he says, the first thing we have to do, we have to lay the foundation. He's basically telling you have no foundation. That's why we have to lay the foundation. And in the metaphor I'm just saying there, the first thing he has to do is come and fix the relationship between father and son, father and daughter. You understand what I mean? Now they'll turn around and tell you, I don't need no man. Right or wrong? I don't need no man. Where'd they learn that from? Go ahead, Gabar. The parents? No. The mothers say they learn from the oppressor. You understand what I mean? But the Lord disagrees with you, sis. Those who say that the Lord is disagreeing with you, the Lord's saying, read that from the middle there one more time. What he gonna do?
And the hearts of the children.
No, and he shall turn what?
And he shall turn the hearts of the father to the children.
He shall turn the hearts of the fathers to the children. You understand what I mean? Why? Because the fathers have left the children. Actually, we're going to come right back here. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28, right? Read verse 15 first, and then slide me down to verse 54.
Verse 15, 28 and 15. Deuteronomy 28 and 15.
Right.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So God is telling you, look, if you don't listen to me, go ahead.
To observe and to do all his commandments, I tell you this, like all his commandments and statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee.
That all these curses will come upon you.
And overtake thee.
And overtake you. I mean, all these curses will come upon you and overtake you. That part, overtake you, what does that mean, Gabar?
You know, by the hand.
What does it mean to overtake?
You do it.
I'll take that. There's nothing you can do about it. What does it mean to overtake, sis? You know? Don't sweat. Imagine this. Here's what it means to overtake. You're running. Somebody's chasing you and they overtake you. They catch you. Meaning that even if you run from these curses, it's gonna catch you. When you read the northern tribe, when we came out of captivity out of from under, I believe, the Syrian Empire. The northern tribe said, we're gonna go somewhere far away and we're gonna go serve God there. Because we keep going into captivity over here. We're gonna go over somewhere else and find some new land and serve God. You know, Christopher Columbus went and found them wherever the hell they went. You know what I mean? That's what it means to overtake you. I mean, you can't get away from it. You understand what I mean? Whatever idea you have here, if you're not serving the Lord, whatever idea you have in your head to get out of captivity, you're gonna get rich. I mean, like Diddy, you're just gonna get rich and powerful. The curses will overtake you. You can't get away from it. You understand what I mean? Skip me down to verse 54.
Verse 54. So that the man that is tender and young, like tender amongst you.
Now, this is a curse from God. The man that is tender among you, meaning what? A young brother that y'all been high school sweethearts. I mean, your boo, as they used to call it. I don't know if they use that term anymore. Your boo. I mean, you understand? The caps out show my age. Your boo, the person who is tender and delicate towards you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
His eyes shall be evil towards his brother.
He's gonna hate his brother. Go ahead.
And towards the wife of his bosom.
And that sister who is close to him, his eyes will be hateful towards her. Go ahead.
And toward the remnant of his children.
And his eyes will be evil towards his children. Go ahead.
Which he shall leave.
Which he shall what?
Leave.
He will leave his children. That's in the Bible. You want to know why the black community is riddled with single parent households? This is it right here. That brother who was in love, that sister, you know why that sister opened her legs to that brother? In her mind, who was going to be together forever. He's going to leave you. That's in the scriptures. That's a curse. That's why we read verse 15. These curses will overtake you. No matter what you think is going to happen, this is what's going to happen because you didn't listen to me. You understand what I mean? Why? Because if you're not listening to me, what are you not keeping? If you're not listening to God, what are you not keeping? The law, right? That's what you're going to say, sis? And what law are you not keeping, sis? You good, sis. Go ahead. The laws of marriage. You know what I mean? Love thy wife as thy own body. You're not keeping that. Therefore, you could leave. The minute you find another girl who's a younger and whatever floats your boat. You understand what I mean? That's in the scriptures. All right. I don't know. I'm not seeing the comments on here, Cap. Salakia, sir. I don't know why. I don't want to miss. No, okay, I see. Okay. Why is so? Yeah, okay, it's. Okay. Sister, shalom, sis. Shalom. The water for joining us. I don't know that right. This thing up here is what's blocking the whole thing. It's too wild. Too wild, sir. I mean, so yeah, take me back to Malachi chapter 4, verse 5 and 6. Now that we read the Deuteronomy, that's what we should have read first. Now read, because that's what's happening. Deuteronomy is what's happening. But the way the Lord said he's going to fix it, take me back to Malachi chapter 4, verse 5 and 6 one more time, Cabal. Come, please.
Malachi 4 and 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah, the prophet, before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord.
Go ahead.
Verse 6. And he shall turn the heart of the father to the children.
And he will turn the hearts of the father to the children. Seeing that when the Lord's going to send Elijah back, and he will turn the hearts of the father to the children, where is the heart of the father not right now? Towards his children. Does that mean he's completely abandoned them? I mean, now this is not every case. I'm talking about in general. And by the way, popping up once in a while is not your heart being towards. Like the scripture says, where your treasures is, there your heart is also. You understand what I mean? What is that saying? Basically, where you invest in, what you invest in, that's where your heart is. Popping up on Thanksgiving, on Christmas, to drop off a bike and disappear is not being, your heart is not towards your children. I mean, keep reading.
And the hearts of the children to their father.
And the hearts of the children to their fathers. Why? Because the children hate their fathers right now. You understand what I mean? But the Lord said he's going to fix that. Is there more on that?
God. Lest I come and smite the earth with a curse.
Read again.
Lest I come and smite the earth with a curse.
That sounds like a threat to me, Gabal. Whenever you hear somebody say, lest I come and put a hurting on you, that means this is something that better happen. You understand? He's saying Elijah to come and turn the hearts of the fathers to their children again. Meaning turn the families of blacks and Hispanics back to the Lord. Or else I'm gonna have to come and deal with y'all. You understand what I mean? Give me Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 6. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 6 and 7.
Deuteronomy 6 and 6. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thy heart. Verse 7. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children.
So this is the system the Lord developed. He's going to teach you, and then you're going to teach your children. That's how it's supposed to be, bro. It's not day. Okay, now what has to happen today? You know what happens today here? The Lord has to pull us out of the dirt, right? Our fathers didn't know the Lord. So the Lord had to teach us. So what you're looking at now is a new generation the Lord's building. You're really looking at Adam over again, in a sense, if you understand what I mean. Because he's having to take you out of the streets of Baltmore to make you a man of the Lord. And going forward, you will teach your children. Just like when he took Adam out of the dust, and Adam had to teach his children going forward. Before Adam came out of the dust, his father didn't teach him about the Lord. Just like our fathers didn't teach us about the Lord. But he's saying this. He's saying, I'm going to teach you these commandments, and you're able to teach your children. Read again.
Verse 7. And thou shalt teach them diligently.
Start from verse 6 again.
Verse 6. And these words, which I command thee this day, shall be in thy heart. Shall be in thine heart.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 7. And thou shalt teach them diligently to thy children, and shalt talk of them with thy sisters in thine house.
Take your time.
And shall talk of them when thou sittest in thine house.
When you sitteth in your house, you understand what I mean? Who's he speaking to? The strong man, the man that's over the household. You understand? Right now, one of the evilest things you have, I'm gonna tell you this, one of the evilest things that can happen is having a mother as the so-called spiritual leader of the house. Ain't no such thing. You understand what I mean? Why? Why is no such thing as her being a spiritual leader? Because she would be the first to be beguiled by the serpent. If there's a young man in that household that the devil wants to destroy, he knows exactly how to talk to the mother. And this is not an attack on sisters. It's just observance. You got to know your strengths and weaknesses. Like a man can't nurture a child like you could nurture a child. He can't. He's not equipped to. He doesn't have the emotions to. He don't have the compassion to. You understand what I mean? But a mother can. On the flip side, a man understands war. A man understands war. You understand what I mean? I'm gonna give you an example. If somebody wants to introduce the LGBTQ to a neighborhood, he's gonna go through the mothers. Because the mother might be against it, but the minute, goodbye, that mother sees those tears in that boy's eyes, her heart softens for him a little bit. You know what I mean? Versus the man who's gonna say, he don't give a damn about no tears. You can't be like that. But the mom, she is trained to comfort and to hold and to hug and to accept and to bend her rules to accept something she didn't accept yesterday. You understand what I mean? A man is gonna say, no, right is right, wrong is wrong. You understand what I mean? Go ahead. Yeah, man don't want to hear that. I mean, the man don't want to. You look, you start crying, and the man he'll tell you, I'm gonna give you something to cry about. Like you crying for nothing right now. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give you something to cry about. So he's not moved by that. Now, is that a weakness in certain cases? But in certain cases, it's a strength also. If you play your cards right. You understand what I mean? What we had? That was it on that, or there's more? Hey, shalom. Shalom, Officer Ramak. Shalom, you should put that. What's going on, priest? Thank for joining us. Go ahead.
And shall talk of them when thou sittest in thy house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou layest down, and when thou restest up.
You're supposed to be.
Up.
Yeah. So when you sit down, when you go to sleep, when you go wake up, meaning constantly you should be teaching your household. You understand me? That young brother who's throwing those rocks at his mother, under a strong man, he would be learning he had to protect his mother. He had to protect his sisters. He had to be willing to die for them, not to harm them. You understand? Under a strong man. Under a mother, I don't even want to say what I was going to say. Under a mother, brother, it is sad to say, Salakia Castle Park. It's like two bitches fighting. And he's one of them. You understand? Because he's feminine as hell. And he hates his mother. You understand? He hates his mother. And he hates himself. Because he was never taught self-control. I mean, a father tells you, hey, stand in that corner, don't move. You stand there, and you try not to shake so you don't move. It's a healthy fear. You understand what I mean? A father starts barking, that bass in his voice does something to your bones. I know it. I had a father. You know what I mean? My father starts barking in the house. Everybody quiets down. Because he's the strong man in the house. If he says, look, put that TV down. If you don't put it low, you got to anticipate how low he wants it. If it's not low enough, you know what? Cut it off. that's it. I mean, everybody got to sit down in silence in the house now. So for some, it's like, oh, that's abuse. No, that's not. That is correction. Slack, sir.
I remember grandma used to tell me at the house, out of the house. There was one.
One more time, sir.
Grandma, our sibling, under the house. It was adults in the house. I would say that's how this was.
Oh, when there was children? Oh, okay.
Sharecropping.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Go ahead, Gabar.
Nowadays, put that authority on your household, on your children, women go against them. The world go against them. So, it's like our person, he had right there, they've been toxic. Like, you can't even discipline your kids now. They want you not to discipline them, so your kids can be like a little brother on rocks.
So,
wow.
So what are they doing to the strong man? They're tying his hands. You ever heard that term? My hands are tied. I can't do nothing about it. That's what I mean. If he's too masculine, brother, in the household, he's at risk of losing his family. Go ahead. If a brother's too masculine in the household, Cap, he's at risk of losing his family. So now he got to season his speech. Because if the mom decides, and you know, here's the other part too. And you sisters, don't do this. Do not do this, sisters. Do not take what's going on in your household to your girlfriends. Do not go sit amongst women and let them soup you up to go and destroy your household. You hear think, oh, he can't say this, he can't say that. Who does he think he is? Once you start hearing that kind of speech, you think you're talking to your homegirls. You're really talking to the serpent at the garden. That's who you're talking to. You're talking to Satan, like Cap said. You think you're talking to your homegirl, and Satan is turning you gradually against your household. Next thing you know, you go back home, you put the man out the house. He don't get to raise the kids. And 10, 20 years later, you're on that bus head upstate to go see your son in jail. That's a trade-off. Go ahead, sis. A slack it. Like sister said, all the grave. All the grave. You know what I mean? Don't speak your business like, let your husband run the household, man. I mean, I'm gonna tell you something else. That idea, when you say, I'm a strong, independent Black woman, I don't need no man. I want you to think about that. And I want you to think about this. When you say those words, I don't need no man. I'm strong, I'm independent, I don't need no man. Who are you talking to? You can only be talking to the person who set the rules. That's the only person you can be talking to. If God says the head of the household, which we get to that scripture, is the man, and you say, I don't need no man, who are you talking to? And that's why the curses have fallen upon you in your household. That's why you're living the way you're living. You dare to say to God, I don't need no man. And God said, okay, we'll see. You understand? And now your 12, 13-year-old son is throwing stones at your car. You hide inside the car so you don't get hit by stones now. You understand? And you really have to consider what you're saying, especially when it comes to an order that was given by the Lord. I mean, you get emotional, man. I was taught this, Cap, a long time ago. The more emotional you are, the more you shut your mouth. You get emotional, zip it until that because you're going to say some dumb things. And there's a scripture in the Bible. We won't get it now. But that scripture says, every word that comes out your mouth will be judged. You understand? Every word coming out your mouths will be judged. Everybody good? Let's get a little bit more also. Of course, like I said, let me know if we have any questions online. Let me make sure. We're going through Proverbs chapter 22. This is what the Proverbs chapter 22 is a bedrock scripture every parent should understand. I mean, this should be at the focus of every parent, mother and father, especially a father. You know what I mean? Proverbs 22, verse 6.
Proverbs 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart from it.
That's how you build a nation. You train up a child in the way he should go while he's young, so that when he's old, he will not depart from it. Why do you have to train up a child while he's young? Because by the time he's old, it's too late. You understand what I mean? If you get a child, you destroy a child early in his, like, at certain points in his life he reaches, it's gonna be harder to break him out of it. Like this young brother here who's throwing things at his mom, he's going to beat his woman. He's going to abuse his woman. He's going to abuse his children because that's how he's been since he was a child. You understand? Now, had he had a father in that household to keep him in check, he would grow up to be an excellent father to his children and an excellent husband to his wife, if he's trained up from the time he was young. But if you let him, he's 13. If somebody don't step in now, like the sister said, he's either going to be in the grave or in jail. You understand what I mean? And his children will follow him to those destinations. Grave or the jail. It's a never-ending cycle. So train up a child in the way he should walk or he should go, so that when he's old, he'll keep the laws of God. He'll raise up more children in the same manner you raised them. And then you don't end up having Baltimore City with a bunch of kids running around with those masks on, completely out of order. And I'm gonna tell you, those boys, man, I always say this. You can't, you imagine this, Gabal. Let's say one of them kids running around. What year was he born? 2005? 2010? You're going to put the problems of the black community on his shoulder as if he's the problem? He was born into this. The community we built, the past, the older brothers before us built this. He was born and he's right here now with no father, with a mother addicted to drugs. And you're going to point at him and say he's the problem? That's not the problem. That's why that scripture we read earlier, the Lord told you what the problem is. So I'm coming back. I'm going to set the father's hearts back on their children. Come on. Come on. Clap it up for that. You understand what I mean? We fathers to all white ends. We all the father figures in the black community. You understand? I'm gonna tell you this, and I thought about it when Jeremiah Hyman was breaking it down, and I was like, he's 100% right. You know, these young brothers walking around, running around and acting a fool, they don't plan on living past 25. In their mind, like, they're not gonna see 25. Imagine that. Go ahead. Go ahead, Kat.
I made it before. I was surprised. I didn't know what to do at the age I got to.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like, it was not in the plan. And that is a crazy mindset. Go ahead, Gabal.
Now at 16, 17, 18 was the norm. Right, on jail. So I had friends and I had fucking friends be locked up dead. Broke down my arm. 16, 15.
Now imagine that, Gabal.
Didn't think I was
Now imagine that. Hold on. On that point, Gabal says he didn't plan on making it past 16. When did you start having that mentality? Around 10, 11, 12, 13? Let's say 13. Let's give a high number, 13. At 13, you don't plan on making it past 16. That means you have 3 years to have a good time, and then your time is up in your mind. What kind of nation could be built on such a thought or idea?
Christ teaches us that Christianity, and Christianity, our religion, you only live once.
YOLO. YOLO. You only live once.
Why had to go to the
Right. Yeah. And if you don't look, bro, if you actually, let's go to the book of Judges. We should have went to this verse earlier. Judges chapter 2, verse 10. And I want you to understand this. You see, we just read the scripture where it says the fathers have to pass down the Lord's teachings to the sons. We just read that, right? And that's how it's supposed to go from Adam on down. Now that breaks in it where, we stopped serving the Lord and the Lord chose Abraham. We had breaks again, and then he went to Moses, right? And he kept giving the same thing, that you ought to pass these rules down to your children from this generation on to the next. Judges chapter 2, verse 10. This is what happened to Baltimore City.
Judges 2 and 10. And also, all that generation were gathered unto their fathers. And there arose.
So, hold on. The generation that served the Lord passed away. They were gathered unto their fathers. That's what that means. They passed away. They died. Right? Go ahead.
And there arose another generation.
Now there came up another generation, a new generation. Go ahead.
Which knew not the Lord.
Which what?
Which knew not the Lord.
They didn't know God. Nobody taught them about who. Imagine, one of the most. That's like keep reading.
Nor yet the works which he had done for Israel.
The average young brother walking around the streets, brother, they don't know God. They don't know nothing about what he did to it. They don't even know who they are. They're just Jamel, who was born in 2014. That's all he is. Who was you? Imagine this. Where did you come from? Oh, I've been was here from Baltimore. Where's your forefathers from? I don't know. What's a forefather? I barely know my father. What are you talking about, forefather? What's your father's name? I don't know. This scripture here says there's a new generation. There arose another generation of them which knew not the Lord. And you've seen it in action. What's the break? Where's the disconnect? Fathers. You understand? And don't take sisters, don't get in your. I'm not attacking sisters. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm saying the white man is the devil. That's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you, even the philosophies and the ideas you have come from him. He played you. He set us up. He played us. Because he also told, the black man, you don't got to fix it. Let her go. When it's his job to fix both his, I'm too out, bro. Too out. It's his job to fix both the wife and the children, man. I remember there was if anybody goes back and watch, Kev, I don't know, you probably remember it. I remember there was a debate where Commander General Hunter went to some church, and there was some pastors there, and it was a panel, right? And Commander General Hunter was talking about correcting the women, right? And the pastor said, what she does is between her and God. That got nothing to do with me. And Commander General Hunter was like, you don't even understand how evil what you're saying is. You would let your wife face God, then correct her? Number one, brother, you don't even know who God is. If you knew who God was, you would not let your wife face God. You'd correct her before God gets involved. Because if God has to get involved, brother, I mean, that whole household might be destroyed. You understand? You can never really love your woman if you feel comfortable in saying, let God deal with her. But you want her to keep her legs, keep her eyesight, keep her tongue. You deal with her. You understand me? You deal with her because, God don't need her. You and your children need her. God can take out the picture and be fine with it. You understand me? Was there more on that, Gabal? I think that was it on that, right? In Judges chapter 2, verse 10. Let me hear 11.
And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord.
That's what happens.
And served by
Balaam, right? Right? That's a false god. So the children of Israel did what was right, what was wrong in the sight of the Lord. When that break of passing down God's laws, statutes, commandments to them, stop. Let me tell you something, man. One of the evilest things you can do to your children is not tell them that they are a special people above all people that are on the face of the earth. Why? Because if you don't tell them, they don't know that being a special people comes with responsibilities that the heathen don't have. I mean, the Lord said, I'm going to paraphrase, but he says, you alone have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for your sin and your iniquities. That's what God said. Imagine that type of God. You are the one I know. Therefore, I'm going to hold you accountable. If they don't know that, brother, they're going to be not known is not an excuse for God's chosen people. You understand what I mean? People think, well, I didn't know God's going to give me a path. That's not how it works. You understand what I mean? I'll give you an example. Let's say you had a clear bottle of water. This is a good example for being God's chosen people and having to keep his laws, no matter what. If you had a clear glass of water, but there was poison in there, but you didn't know there was poison in there, and you drink it, what happens? You die. Can you say, well, I didn't know there was poison in there? I was not aware. That's not fair because I wasn't aware there was poison in there. I'm telling you, these young YNs, so-called YNs walking around the streets, the Lord is punishing them, whether they understand it or not. That's why we go out there every week and we go out there and we battle our own people, trying to convince them that they're God's chosen people and they should keep God's laws. Imagine that. We go out there and we fight. We almost get into fights. People threatening us because they don't want to hear it. But the Lord sent us out to speak, and we got to go and do it. Go ahead, Officer Gabar. Say again?
The prophets in the Bible are doing to us. Meeting with us.
Well, I hate to break it to you, brother, but you are the prophets in the Bible. You know what I mean? You're just doing what you've been doing. Yes, I mean, we're doing what we've been doing. Nothing changed. Right? From Jerusalem to Baltimore City. Nothing changed. Right? For years we're having this battle. Let's go on that same topic, right? We just read what was it, the book of Judges? Give me Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. Since that chain is broken, and these young brothers don't know who they are, and they're not serving the Lord, and they don't have laws to keep. I mean, what's the outcome? Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12.
Isaiah 3 and 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them.
That's the outcome. Children are their oppressors. That sister who was sitting in her car as her son throws rocks at her windshield, that child is her oppressor. You understand? that child's father, he can't see his son, even if he wanted to. That woman decides when he'll see his son. Women rule over them. You understand what I mean? And what you want to do in those cases, brother, it's two ways to go in that case. When you see young brothers like that, either you're going to hate young black men or you're going to have compassion on them because of they are destroyed. You understand what I mean? In the UPK, we choose to have compassion on young black men, man. You understand? Because we understand, we see the big picture. We understand what has happened to young black men in America. We see that his father has been binded, tied up, helpless to help him. Can't see him. We see his mom is destroyed, on drugs. You know what I mean? Lonely. You know, destroyed, for lack of a better term. You understand what I mean? Now, it's not that we're going to give him a pass. That's not what I'm saying. Because at the same time, when we have compassion on somebody, our number one job is to correct them, to fix them. Compassion don't stop with, oh, my heart breaks for you, thoughts and prayers for you. That's the Christian way. You tell a Christian, yo, my house just got burned down in the fire. Thoughts and prayers. My thoughts and prayers are with you, brother. And that's the end of it. That's what happens in the Christian church. In the UPK, we're going to have to build that house back up for you. We're going to have to take you in until you get another house. We're going to have to support each other. That's what brotherhood is. You know what I mean? So when I say we have compassion on him, our compassion is not the compassion of the Christian church. The Christian church compassion is words and ideas. And, you know, the person who's showing the compassion, they're saying words to comfort themselves so they could go to the people and say, look, all I'm doing for everybody. Now, our compassion comes with action. Check out our food drives, our clothes drives all over Baltimore City. You understand what I mean? Our compassion comes with action. That's the difference. I mean, so children are their oppressors and women rule over them. If you don't understand this scripture, come to Baltimore. You understand it. Look around. Who's the oppressor in the streets? Children. I mean, they're the ones you can't say nothing to. They're up to all types of evil in the streets, selling drugs, doing drugs. I mean, and women rule over their households. Give me, let's go to Hebrews. The book of Hebrews, chapter 12. And this is what the young black brother needs, and sister. Young sisters also. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 7. This is what young sisters need also. So y'all can get off those, I don't know if I can say that site, that OF site. Try to make a quick dollar. You understand what I mean? Destroy yourselves. Destroy your femininity, your confidence, your chastity. You don't even know what chastity is nowadays, Cat. Chastity, that's an old word that don't exist no more. I mean, Hebrews, Slack, sir?
Yeah.
The chastity belt. Chastity belt is how heathens, you want to hear something funny? In places like Afghanistan, they still have chastity belts on both boys and girls. I watched a whole documentary on it. That's how nasty that place is. You know what I mean? Imagine little boys you have to put a chastity belt on a little boy in Afghanistan. Y'all know what? Well, let's not get into that. I don't know if everybody knows what a chastity belt is. You know what I mean? A chastity belt, for those online, it's like a belt they put with a lock on it so that the child's private parts will not be exposed, so that somebody does not sexually assault them. Actually, your son and your daughter have to leave with chastity belts on, but that's a different topic. You know what I mean? Go ahead. You got it, Gabar. Hebrews chapter, what was it?
12:7.
12:7.
If ye endure chastity. Is that right?
Say again?
Chastening.
So
Chastening.
let me catch up with you. Hebrews 12 or 7.
Chastening. That's what I'm saying, right?
Yes. Chastening. Go ahead.
Chastening.
You got it.
Chastening or chastening.
Either one is fine.
Verse 7, if you endure chastening, God dealeth with you as with son.
So what does that word mean?
Correct.
Correction. That's absolutely right. If you endure correction, God dealing with you as with sons. Imagine that. If you could get, to put it in an easy term for you, if you could get checked, if you could be corrected, I'm going to tell you this. Most brothers in the school, well, all brothers in the school, I should say, are in here because they can get checked. They can be corrected. Everybody who cannot get checked or corrected are out of here. You understand me? Why? Because you can't get corrected. What do you think Christ is coming back to do? Go be a civilian. They don't got to be corrected. The time will come where we're going to be corrected so much, we'll correct them. You understand me? The Lord already told you let me tell you, for so long, he's always told you. In the past, he said what? I've reserved 7,000 men. He said that in the scriptures that did not bow to Baal, right? He says now, he says he's looking for 144,000 men. Doesn't need everybody yet. The 144,000 is the foundation, and they will ensure the entire Israel serves him. You understand what I mean? So if you can't get corrected, go be a civilian. Go be a rapper. That's it, sir. I mean, you gotta have civilians. I mean, and don't get me wrong. When I say go be a civilian, it's not an insult because guess what? You're still Israel. The kingdom is still being built for you. You're just not able to build it because you're too selfish. So somebody else got to build it for you. I mean, the brothers like Gabar Rakar got to come and build the kingdom for you because you can't build it yourself because you want to be the man. You want to be a rapper. You want to be famous. You want to be rich. And God forbid somebody should tell you, no, you can't do that. I was telling Cap Sapari one time, because coming up in the DC school, brother, we used to under so much scrutiny. Like if I was given an order, pick up that crate and move it there, I felt like I was being judged on how I picked it up. Like I'm trying to grab it. I'm like, damn, should I grab it this way? And you gotta think, and that's how. It's like, sir, you're right. That's it. That's it right there. But you know what, sir? When I thought about it, right, I said that's how a young man should be. These young brothers in the street, everything they do, everything that come out their mouth, they should think and say, damn, should I say this? Should I do this? Should I wear my pants like this? Because there's always somebody there. You hear, like you get to a point, it traumatizes you so much that you hear the brother's voice. Why'd you pick it up that way, Hawk? Tell me why. Why'd you pick it up that way?
To this day, if I read the movement in school, it's a general I haven't yet.
Right.
Even, literally like picking something up. We just taught how to do it.
That was my favorite ones, Cap. When I hear a certain captain says to me, who before you have you seen do it that way?
Don't make up something that
Don't make something new up. I'm like, damn. But that is what a son is like in a household. When you have a son, you are screwed. It's not that you hate him. It's you're building a man. Why is your hands on your hips? Why is it that way? Now, if the mom sees their hands on the hips, she puts her hand on her hips. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But when the father sees it, he wants to know, why is your hands on your hip? Oh, I'm just tired. Take your hands off your hip. Stand up still. Fix your posture. That's what Baltimore needs. You know what I mean? That's what Baltimore needs. And that's what it has not had in a long time. That's why we go out on the streets. It's like a new father on the streets now. It's like, who is this nigga barking at me? You tell me? Go ahead, Cooper.
Now you just saying that right there. So best in our community, man. You try to force that way right to the family that's so far gone. And the sisters don't understand that. They go against it. They get against somebody. Like, their way is the way of it.
Right.
That's how we got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what destroyed it. That was the cracking council of our president.
Oh, man.
And our sisters don't see that. So, I think Senator Harder that he would kick it.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
Most High Christ. I mean, that's 100% right, Gabal, because I'm telling you this, that witchcraft is so deep. If you think, right, and this is for you sisters, I want you to think about this on how you're trained. You know, growing up, every sitcom, every show you can imagine, the father is an absolute moron, an idiot, and the mother is the reasonable one. You think Homer Simpson. You think Everybody Loves Raymond. Anybody you think about, the father is like a buffoon. The problem that happens in the episode starts with him. And it ends with him apologizing to his wife or having to fix it, and his wife forgiving him. And it sounds innocent, but it's programming a sister to look at her husband and say, "You're the problem. You're like, now I gotta be a mother." Like you hear your sister say it all the time. I gotta be a mother. I'm like, she'll have a child, and she said, "I have 2 children," because the father's the child too. She emasculates him. You understand? And that's what sisters have been dealing with because that's what they've been watching. And it's been like that forever. So when they go and they see a brother, she thinks she's smarter than him. She's wiser than him. She's the voice of reason. If God is talking to somebody in the house, it's to her. She decides the religion they choose. I mean, I remember my father used to hate church, but he had to put on that tie and go and sit in there, or else, you know, he's a problem. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Argue with wife. Yeah, put it on a two time. It's not an argue with wife.
Yeah. Well, happy wife, happy life.
Right.
That's from the Christian church. That's from the Christian church. Yes, I mean, happy wife, happy life is telling you need to submit to her if you want a happy life. Of course.
I've seen that when I was young. She was every man she had was the man she had.
Let me ask the question. Where did happy wife, happy life get Adam and his offspring? That's what I want the sister to understand every time she says happy wife, happy life. And again, this is not an attack on sisters. This is more of the need for masculinity in the house. Let that father do his job, man. Don't, like I've seen where a father will spank a child and then have to justify it to the mom. Like, the child's misbehaving. The child goes crying to the mom comes out, why you hit him? Stay out of that. Be the mother. Let him be the father. You understand what I mean? He don't hate that child. That's his son. He don't hate him. He loved that child, but he has to correct him. Go ahead, Gabar.
And the kid sees this. So they play the process.
You're teaching the child an evil lesson.
Right.
You're teaching the child that, okay, you're the sheriff that I go and report to if I disagree with my father. Versus letting the father be the father. You understand what I mean? One time I've seen actually it was kind of like a reverse, but it was still I seen a brother in the school. His daughter came to him and said, "Mommy hit me," to try to tell her mother. And the father said this, "Were you being a good girl?"
Right.
You understand what I mean? So what that does is this. It shows the child that he trusts the mother. You understand? And he shows the child that your mom wouldn't do it if you wasn't misbehaving. So the fact that she spanked you tells me you was misbehaving. Now, if he went and just chastised the mom, he would have taught the child what? Oh, I can do what I want. You can't do nothing to me. You understand? So that's a very that was heavy, good boy. You're 100% right. You understand what I mean? What was that on it? Read again. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 7.
Verse 7. If he had endured chastity, God dealeth with you as with sons.
If you could endure being corrected, God will deal with you as he deals with sons. Who are the sons? I'll give it to you for the sake of time. Sons are other people who could endure chastening. You come into that fold. People who could be corrected. If you can endure being corrected, he'll deal with you like those who could be corrected. You'll be counted as one of his sons. Keep reading.
For what son is he whom the father chasteneth not?
What son for whom the father does not chastise? That's a serious question. Read it again. Read that part again.
For what son is he whom the father chasteneth not?
What kind of son gets no correction from his father? I want you to think about that. You understand what I mean? What kind of a son who does not get correction from his father is a son who has no father. You understand what I mean? If you're getting no correction from your father, that strong man has been binded up. He's tied up. His hands are tied. That's why he can't correct you. There's no such thing. God's telling you basically this. He's put it in the design of a father to chastise a son. He designed him that way. You get chastised over little things that you didn't have to get chastised on. But him being the father, instinctively, he's going to check you. Man, I used to hate when my father used to come home from work. All of a sudden now the TV can't be too loud. We can't be loud. Everybody have to sit down and not just run around like there's no law. We used to hate it. Like, this nigga coming home at 6 p.m. every day. On the dot, he's home. Come through that door, man, and all the ruckus stop. It has to stop because he tired and he annoyed. And you don't want to be in the path of his wrath at that point. I mean, we used to have the Nintendo system, unplug it from the TV. So that means that you have till 6 p.m. to play this game. Unplug it now. And now you're going to have to be without. You know what I mean? And you look back at it, it was like, it's real discipline. Did he have to do that? No. But being a father, his presence checks you. You know what I mean? A father, just him being there. You know what I mean? I remember Hebrew Academy cat, right? This last Hebrew Academy, with we had brothers from Baltmore in there. The two young men, specifically Mayaka Allah. So he'll be laughing and joking with his brother, and he look around. He sees any of the teachers, and his face becomes still, like instantly, because he knows push-ups is on the way. You understand what I mean? He all of a sudden, all the childish play leaves his body immediately. That's what a father does. That's what somebody who overs you. That's what somebody who's building up a man does. Now, mom wants you to he ha 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 all day. A father at some point he's gonna get annoyed at all that laughing. Like, yo, man, why are you laughing so much? You know what I mean, why are you skipping? I remember one of the things that that traumatized me the most, and trauma is not a bad thing, by the way. Certain traumas are necessary. I say traumatized me because I remember it till now. I was 6 years old, and I still remember it. So when my father used to come home from work, as kids, I have a sister who's older than me. She was about 2 years older, so she was about 8. And my younger brother, at the time, he was 5. No, he was 4. Right? My father used to come home, and we'd all go and we'd kiss my father. One day, I'll never forget, my father comes through the door, my sister goes and kisses him. My younger brother goes and kisses him. I go to kiss him. He stops me. He said, from now on, shake my hand. And I didn't understand it because my sister kissed him. My younger brother kissed him. Well, I can't kiss him. And man, that was my feelings like for like a week because I couldn't understand it. It's like every time he came through, he would not kiss me. He would want me to shake his hand. You know what I mean? And at that point, I realized I can't be kissing the wrong man. You understand? But I had to learn that. Now imagine a father who does not correct his son. You're going to be kissing him till you're 13, 14 years old. Looking weird. And the minute you go to school and they see you kissing your father, now the problems start. You understand me? So he corrected that. That's what a father does. And when my brother, who was 4 at the time, became a little older, guess what? He had to stop doing it. When he stopped kissing, that's when I accepted it. Like, oh, he got, okay, so it's just us. You know what I mean? I was a little bit older, I understood it better. But my sister still kissed him every time he came in. Right? That's what a father does. The point is, a father sets order in the house. He sets boundaries, he sets rules. And that's what you want. I mean, let's get we're running on time. Salakia. This topic, Salakia, this topic is just a passionate one for me because I grew up with a father and I know like I hated my father. But today it's like I understand him. Now I appreciate him definitely because a lot of things he did, I didn't understand when I was a child, but now I understand it. You understand what I mean? And most of these young men, like that brother in that video, he could have used a father. He could have definitely used a father. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 8 through 10. Let's go. Proverbs 1, verse 8 through 10.
Proverbs 1 and 8. My son, hear the instructions of thy father.
This is what God is saying to us. Hear the instructions of thy father. Young brother, you listen to your father. Go ahead.
And forsake not the law of thy mother.
And forsake not. Here it is, the law of thy mother. The mother definitely plays a role. You understand? Just because we're talking about the importance of the father, the reason we're talking about the importance of the father tonight is because most households are without a father. You understand what I mean? Most households are without a father. The mothers are there, but they, like, even your role, you can't really do the way you need to do it because the father is not there to kind of offset your weaknesses. You understand what I mean? So you definitely got to listen to both. And that's the law of the Lord. I mean, hear the instructions of thy father and forsake not the law of thy mother. I mean, you do this, brother, it'll keep you out of prison. Like the sister said, it'll keep you out of the graves. I mean, and it'll prevent you from having to endure the bulk. There's no way to get out of it. Don't get me wrong. But a lot of things, a lot of the curses that, others face, you won't have to face. If you listen to your father and, listen to your mother also, of course. Go ahead.
Verse 9. For they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head and chains about thy neck.
Read it again.
For they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head and chains about thy neck.
This is how you know the Lord is a black man. What does every black man want? Jewelry. You want jewelry? You want a chain on your neck? You want an ornament? Ornaments like this, or like what Officer Gabora has on his head? You listen to your father, your mother. What does an ornament on your head or a chain? Let's take what's more popular today, because these were popular. These headpieces popular when back in time. But it's not as popular. Outside of the UPK, it's not as popular today. But a chain, why is he saying a chain around your neck? What is a black man's infatuation with a chain? What causes his love for a chain so much? Every black man wants a chain. All types of chains, big chains, Cuban links, all types of chains. What is the infatuation about a chain? Read that again. If you listen to your father and your mother, what will do?
They shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head.
It'll be grace on your head. Go ahead.
And chains about thy neck.
And chains around thy neck. What is it about a chain around your neck? What does it give you? I'll give it to you. Honor. A chain gives a black man a sense of honor, that he has this expensive chain around his neck and nobody's taking it from him. You know what I mean? That's why we love it, brother. You know, let's take the hip hop industry. If somebody takes your chain from your neck, bro, your career is over. Like, you're done. Don't come out with no more raps. They don't want to hear you speak because somebody done took your chain from your neck. You know what I mean? A brother wanted to take a dishonor, brother. He said, yeah, I took that nigga chain. You know what I mean? That means I took his manhood. That's what the chain is. It's like, it's honor. Like, get your chain took. It's like somebody's taking manhood. I mean, and you don't recover from that in the black community. That's just our culture. That's how we've been from back then. That's why the Lord said it's like an ornament on your head, or what? A chain around your neck. He's comparing that to receiving instruction from your father. You know what I mean? You can carry yourself with pride. You don't embarrass yourself every minute. You know what I mean? You're not a pissy drunk. You're not effeminate. You're not a coward because you listen to instructions from your father. You can walk around like a man because you listen to your father. You had a father to instruct you on how to be a man. And it's like a chain around your neck. I mean, again, this is for black people. Some Edomite won't understand the importance of a chain around a black man's neck. You know what I mean? He's not going to get that. You want the chain? Take the chain. Take it. I'll buy another one in his mind. His honor is his money. A black man can't be a coward. You know what I mean? That's why the Lord said it that way. Is there more on that?
Verse 10.
Let me hear it.
Verse 10. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not.
And what is the Lord calling us? My son. That's such, let me tell you, man. Not every nation gets called my son. They may think they're God's son. They're not. Nowhere in the scriptures has an East Indian or African or Edomite, so-called white man. Donald Trump can't call himself God's son. But the Lord's speaking to a specific person here when he's saying, my son. That's the YNs walking up and down Baltmore. That's that brother throwing rocks in his mother's car. He's calling him my son. Yes, I mean, read again.
My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. Verse 11.
If sinners entice thee, meaning that if somebody who does not keep God's laws, some heathen, try to get you to join them in celebrating Christmas. If sinners entice thee, consent not. Do not agree. My son. He's separating you from these heathens. You're not like them. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. Thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto him. You understand what I mean? So when he says my son, he's looking at you like, because he made a deal with Abraham years before you were born. You born here 2025, 2010, 1993, 1980, 1975, 1960, 1950. You don't know, back when Abraham was on earth, the Lord purchased you. And he's not backing down from that purchase. You know what I mean? That's why he's calling you my son. The Lord told David, your son will be my son. If he sins, I will chastise him. You understand what I mean? You got that relationship, brother. Then why ends? That's why you like when you think about that, you look at them young brothers different. Like that brother who's throwing rocks at his mother's car. When you think about that, you look at him like this brother here, he's God's chosen people. And whatever happened to him, like he's behaved like that because he's been robbed, like Cap said, of a father. He's been robbed they robbed him. They're binding his father. Now he is just as effeminate as could be and as weak as could be, and he hates his mother. You know what I mean? Keep reading the ball.
Verse 11. If they say, come with
Hey,
us.
Shalom, what's going on, Officer Bakar? Officer Bakar checking in. What's going on, priest? Go ahead.
Verse 11. If they say, come with us, let us lie wait for blood.
Yeah, we could drop it from there. You understand me? But actually, for you YNs, you keep reading this part here. Y'all keep reading. The YNs watching, y'all keep reading this part here. You know what I mean? Because y'all need to stop all this violence. Actually, read it for me, Gabar. Salaki.
Proverbs 1 and 11. If they say, come, let us, sorry. If they say, come with us, let us lie wait for blood. Let us lurk privately for the innocent without cause.
That's a jux getting ready to happen. You know what I mean? That's a robbery getting ready to happen. Let us lie in wait for blood. Let us catch somebody by surprise and take his chain. I mean, you YNs, you keep reading that. Go ahead, good boy. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I mean. So you don't listen to those brothers, man. I mean, that's a little bit off topic. I mean, but you keep reading this and it'll tell you exactly what to do, you young brothers in Baltimore, if you're listening. I mean, back on the topic, take me to this part here is very important for the black man. And this is what you have to actually give me 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. How we ain't go there? I mean, First Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3.
1 Corinthians 11 and 3. But I will have you know.
Now, this is God speaking. God is telling you, black man, and he's telling the black woman what order he wants in the household. Because in all this, the two of you, your responsibility is to raise up children who follow the law. But you can't do it on your own terms. You got to do it the way God said, because that's how it's going to work. If you try to do it on your own terms, where you're doing you're adapting philosophies like happy wife, happy life, you're going to destroy your household, you're going to destroy your marriage, and you're going to destroy your children. You know what I mean? But if you do it the way God said, that's the way it's going to work. Go ahead, read the Kabbalah.
1 Corinthians 11 and 3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
So now, the head of every man is Christ. Why is he saying this? Why is the head? Obviously, we know why Christ is the head. But what does that mean for the household? For the benefit of the household. How does the head of every man being Christ help the household? Who can give it to me online? The head of every man is Christ. How does that help your household? How would that help that young brother who's throwing stones at his mother's car? How would it help his mother? How would it help the father who's not there? Here's how it would help. The head of every man is Christ means this. The man runs the household, but he doesn't do what he wants. You know what I mean? He don't decide what he wants. If you ask him, should we celebrate Christmas? He doesn't get to say, I think we should. or I think we should. He'll say, this is what God said. It's like, sir, he's not going to do it for the kids. He's not going to do it and say, well,
Everybody in the house gonna be upset. I can't even do it.
no, you're good, sir. Go ahead.
Everybody in the house won't be upset, but we can't do this. He following Christ.
That's it.
He want to follow him too.
That's it.
Follow
Come. The head of every household, the head of the man being Christ means this. He's not doing what he wants. He's doing what Christ told him to do. And we're going to see what that means. Keep reading.
But I will have you know, again, what I will have you know, that the head of every man is Christ.
Go ahead.
And the head of every woman is the man.
And the head of the woman is the man, meaning that you have to submit to your husband. You have to submit to your husband. That's the man you laid down with. You got to submit to him. You understand what I mean? Keep reading.
And the head of Christ is God.
And the head of Christ is who?
God.
That's why you submit to Christ. That's why the head of every man is Christ. Because the head of Christ is who?
God.
Meaning what? If you follow Christ, you follow God. By extension, which means if you follow your husband, you follow who? That's it. You follow God. So remove that from your, that I'm a strong, independent woman, remove it from your vocabulary. Because at that point, you will make yourself an enemy of God. You know what I mean? You're saying, I know God said the head of every man is Christ, and the head of Christ is God, and I should be under the man, but I don't want to do that. I mean, let me tell you something, sis. You don't want to be on that side when Christ show up. You understand me? When Christ show up, you don't want to be on that. I mean, because I remember Slack sir? Right. Okay. Yeah, you don't want none of that. Because I'm telling you this, the Israelites thought they could speak to God, and they wanted to cut Moses out. I mean, and deal directly with God. When God started giving orders, man, they said to Moses, you go up and you speak to him. And you come down and tell us. We don't need to speak to him no more. Anybody who wants to deal directly with God never dealt with God before. That's why you want to deal with him. Because you've been taught God is all rainbows and leprechauns. God is not that. If you think your man is rough and chastises you, wait till Christ shows up. And Christ says, everybody shut your goddamn mouths. And you're going to do it this way, or you're going to be put to death. Now, everybody's going to, go ahead, Gamal, Salakia.
Our person shows that the woman can talk to God. She don't need a man. She got her own relationship with God. Right. They cut the whole head out of the man's ideal Christ speaking himself.
Well, how else would they emasculate a man if they don't have a personal relationship with God? Imagine every woman felt that, okay, I have to listen to my husband if I'm going to listen to God. Then there's no way around it. But if they don't need you and they could go straight to God, now they can emasculate you. You understand what I mean? If they agreed that, the head of the household was the man, Satan couldn't do what he's doing in the black community right now. He couldn't do it. You understand what I mean? If Eve went to Adam first and said, it's like, sir, the serpent said we could eat this fruit. Adam could have checked Eve and said, well, what did I tell you? And that would have been the end of that. You understand what I mean? That would have been the end of that. But the fact that you could have your own personal relationship with God, you can make your own decision. There's an old term. I am woman, hear me roar. You remember that?
Yeah.
I am woman, hear me roar. That was a movement, sir. That was a movement back in the 90s. It might have been from the 80s and carried over to the 90s. But I am woman, hear me roar, meaning that I have a voice and I'm powerful. I mean, and you end up destroying the black community. Go ahead, Gamal.
All it is scrap the council. One person. Destroy it.
When you're dealing with this oppressor, right, you have to understand, this is a man who will dedicate 5, 10, 20, 30 years of his life studying an ant. Is that, sir?
In the 70s, the iconic I Am Woman Italy War comes from the feminist anthem, I Am Woman, written and performed by Australian singer Helen Reddy, released in 1972.
They're from the 70s, 72. Good night.
The key point is it's a feminist anthem.
Right. Right. And that has done damage, like irreparable damage for years. I mean, now what I was saying is this. Imagine this is a man who would invest 10, 20, 30 years of his life studying an ant and the patterns of an ant. Imagine how much study he's done on you and what, how to destroy your family. I mean, what can he do to destroy your family to ensure that these prisons are filled with black children? How much money has he invested in your culture, in your music, to turn it into debauchery, to destroy you? And you want to go up against your husband? Says you better get all the way behind your husband. Like there was an intruder at the door. You see what I mean? You know how it is when you hear something downstairs and you get behind your husband? Treat this life that way. Like there's always an intruder here and you don't know where he is. And you're just gonna stay behind your husband. You understand? Act like there's a mice running around on the floor and you jump up on that table and you stay up there while your husband figures it out. Huh? You see the sister laugh. She get that terminology. Act like that. When it comes to dealing with his life, act like there was rats everywhere. And he'll go out and deal with it. You understand what I mean? He'll go out and deal with it. Don't go out there and think this, you could run this household, because that's when you end up destroying your own kids, man. You know what I mean? Cabal, I'm slack. You were saying something? You like it, right, sis? Yeah, you gotta act like that. Put that in your mind, because then you will act with the urgency that's necessary to raise up righteous children in this kingdom. You know what I mean? Joshua chapter 24. Joshua 24. Saxon? Oh, man. Right.
The Lord loves order.
Oh, man.
And he hates disorder.
Right. 100%. I mean, that's one of the things where you come into the school, brother. Now we come into the school thinking we know everything, we're arrogant. And all of a sudden we have to say Khan under one Khan. We have to yield to a brother that's better than us. You understand me? We have to, there's not, okay. How do I say this? Coming into the school humbles you. I mean, there's generals over you. And over the generals are generals. You understand what I mean? There's it don't stop. You understand what I mean? There's captains, there's officers, there's so many, and then you have to not get your way every time. No matter how much you think you know, you have to not do it your way and do it this way because you was ordered to do it that way.
Can I add just something?
Come on.
It's comfort.
Right.
It's not sporadic. The thing about order is it works.
Right.
You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to think twice about it. It works. The Lord gave us something seamless.
Right. Right.
We going against it for what? Your own thoughts. It's really just Satan in your mind. Really just
100%.
it's really a demon.
100%.
You think it's you think you're smart. Just, you got a demon on you. It'll come off.
Right.
Demon like that. I had a demon. He or she is a problem.
I'm gonna tell you this too, Kat. You see the words "con," I don't want con. That's one of the most masculine things you can say. Because you're not in your feelings. You're just a soldier. That's it. It's just one of the most masculine things you can say. You understand what I mean? You can't get an emotional nigga to say con, I want con. You can't get an emotional nigga to do anything besides what he wants to do. That's why he's emotional. If he can't do what he wants to do, he'll have a tantrum. He'll start throwing rocks at his mother's car because he's not getting his way, because he's not allowed to play the Xbox right now. You know what I mean? But to be able to yield to another brother is masculine, brother, in a way where you just emotionless. You just whatever it takes to build this kingdom. You understand what I mean? If you need me to pick up that bucket and move it over there, kind of one kind. I'll handle it, sir. You understand what I mean? And like we said at the beginning, a lot of brothers couldn't do that. And it weeds you out of the truth. And you go and be a civilian where you can do whatever the hell you want. You don't answer to nobody. And your children don't answer to you either, by the way, out there. You understand what I mean? Versus being in a righteous place over here. You're building. The Lord said this. Christ said this. He said, I'm coming to set a fire on the earth. But what if it's already lit when I get here? Meaning this. I'm coming to burn this place down. But what if y'all already doing it? That means I'm coming to join you and making this fire bigger. That you guys are that you're lighting. Why? Because you have discipline. You understand what I mean? And that's what we want. Let's go to this final verse. This here, the book of Joshua, chapter 24, verse 15. Every brother has to understand the scripture here and move accordingly. I mean, and you have to really in your decision making, right? Actually, start in verse 24, verse 14. Let me hear it. Go ahead.
Joshua 24 and 14. Now, therefore, fear the Lord and serve him in sincerity and in truth.
Go ahead.
And put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood.
Man, Cap, this scripture is so heavy because it's like, when you read the scripture, you want to think, oh, this is back then. But this could apply right now. Put away your gods. This could apply right now to the streets of Baltimore. Read it again.
Joshua 24 and 14. Now, therefore, fear the Lord and serve him in sincerity and in truth.
Change your ways. Fear the Lord and serve him in sincerity and in truth. This is something you was not doing before. Do a 180. Start doing this. Keep going.
And put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood.
Put away all those fake gods, Christianity, Islam, the 5%ers, God body, Bloods, Crips, money. Put all that aside. Go ahead.
And in Egypt, and serve ye the Lord.
And serve God. Go ahead.
Verse 15. And if it seems evil unto you to serve the Lord.
If it seems evil, if it seems wrong to you to serve the Lord, go ahead.
Choose you this day whom you will serve.
Make your decision now. Make your decision now, black man, who's supposed to be over your household, who you will serve. Go ahead.
Whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood.
Are you going to serve the God that your fathers, the slaves served in this case? You understand what I mean? If you're going to choose that God, go ahead.
Or the gods of the Amorites.
Or the gods of some heathen. The gods of the devil, the white man. The gods of the Arabs. Go ahead.
In whose land ye dwell.
Go ahead.
But as For me and my house.
But as for me, like y'all go ahead and make your decision. But as for me, this is Joshua speaking. He said, you go ahead and do what you're going to do. But for me and my house, go ahead.
We will serve the Lord.
We're going to serve the Lord. Give Joshua a hand with that. You understand what I mean? That's what Joshua said. You go ahead and do what y'all want to do. But as for me and my household, we're going to serve the Lord. He's standing for who? He's not standing for himself alone. He's standing for himself. He's speaking for himself, his wife, and his children. He's telling them, I don't know what y'all going to do. But as for me and my household, we're going to serve the Lord. You understand? And every black man who's over a household needs to think this way. I mean, especially in this season where Christmas is coming up. If you're a young brother, I mean, over your household and y'all used to celebrate Christmas, you read this scripture, you take it to heart, man. As for me and my household, going forward, we're going to serve the Lord. Put all the fake gods aside. We don't recognize these guys no more. We serve the Lord. You understand? Keep reading. Is there any more of that? No, that was it. That was it right there, brother. With that, we'll pass the class over to the Precinct Officer Gabar Rakah. I mean, once again, we are the Isupk under Command Jerry Hanum, stored at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, teaching blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians that you're all the real Jews. You know what I mean? And we need to turn away from this evil place because it destroys our children. You know, it destroys our children, it destroys our households. And as black men, you know, I'm not asking anybody to do it on their own, but we have the school. We have brothers who know how to do it. And you fall in line, brother. You fall in line. Don't come in. You know what the biggest thing, Cap? Everybody's waiting for it to be perfect to come into the school. I gotta get rid of a few vices and things like that before I come in. Dead all that. You know what I mean?
Let me, sir. All that. Come to school.
That's it. Go ahead, Gabar.
These are the security announcements. We're the Isupk out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to set themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to that brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18 and 21 and Malachi 3 and 8 through 10. Means 10th in the Hebrew and is pronounced Mayashima. 10% of any penny of any increase the Lord gives you, gives to the Treasury Department or teacher, priest funds, free will offers for priests, not mandatory whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations.
Oh, we have Purim coming up, March 2nd and 3rd, I believe. March 2nd and 3rd, we do have Purim coming up. Followed, Slaxer?
Yep.
That's it?
2nd and 3rd.
Okay, Most High in Christ.
Monday 2nd, Tuesday 3rd March.
Perfect. Most High in Christ. So that's a Monday and Tuesday. So that's both the opening and closing of the Feast of Purim, followed by the Lord's Passover coming up in the month of April 4th will be the Passover out in Houston. That was it.
My to check on social media, such as Isupk.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for Isupk events and materials. If a brother wants to become a trooper in the school, then he should start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. With that, we're going to get one curse salute to the teacher, and if it's real mighty. Mighty Shabbat, Mighty Rock, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah, Yahweh Machai, Son, Sister Stan. We're going to get one courtesy salute to the sisters. And if Israel, Mighty Shabbat, Mighty Rock, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Brother Chai, class dismissed.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under Commanding General Yahana, presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.